Good morning, students. In my last class, economy, economy and society in Vedic civilization, we have discussed briefly, and there was some another aspects also, and that I have not discussed in the last class. Now, I would like to give some information about the Vedic civilization, which is the Vedic society and religion. In this topic, we will discuss the society system and religion also, and another part of this topic is Chaturasrama. What is Chaturasrama? Now I will give two information here. One is Chaturasrama and another is Vedic society and religion. Okay. Now at first I will tell you what is Chaturasrama. Okay. First topic is what is Chaturasrama. Okay. An ashrama is in Hinduism one of four stage-based life in ancient and medieval age in Indian history. The four ashramas were Brahmacharya, Garhastha, Vanaprastha, Sannyas. This was the fourth stage of life. Under the ashrama system, the human life was divided into four periods. The goal of each period was fulfillment and development of individual. Now, I will tell you what was or what were the characteristics or definition of these four stages of human life during Vedic civilization. Brahmacharya. Brahmacharya ashrama was about living at teacher's home and receiving education. What is Brahmacharya ashram? Brahmacharya ashram was about living at the teacher's home and receiving education. Garhastha ashrama, leading a married life after completion of education, was known as Garhastha ashrama. Number 3, Vanaprastha or Vanaprastha ashrama was about retirement from regular life and living in a forest hut, engaged in spiritual practices. This was the Vanaprastha. And number 4, Sannyasasrama. Sannyasasrama was about renouncing everything and spending the last days of life in thought of gods. One thing you will remember, Shudras, lower caste, did not have right to lead this life. This was the Chaturasrama in our Vedic civilization. And our second thing I will tell you after my first audio. In my second audio, I will discuss what was the Vedic society and religion. Wait, please. In my second audio, I will tell you what was the Vedic society and religions. The early Vedic society represented human equality and simplicity at their best. It was a society of high moral standards. It showed an advanced civilization, a settled life, and an organized human relation. The Aryan families were the backbone of the society. The society was organized on the basis of the family as a unit, and father was the head of the family and he controlled all other members of the particular family. But in the but in the later Vedic age or later Vedic periods, the social life of Vedic civilization was divided into four types. One is Brahmana, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, and Shudras. This was social structure, and the women took part in the society in early Vedic period, but in the later Vedic period, some rights of women was stopped and some barrier was prevailed in our later Vedic period. Then religious life of Vedic civilization was, you know, if you open your book, page number 57, in our textbook have discussed about the religious life of Vedic civilization or Vedic society. Anyway, to answer this question by giving the information of the Vedic religious or Vedic religion, you know there is no mention of any temple in the Vedic literature. Religious practices are mainly dependent on the ritual ceremonies and sacrifices. Cow, horses, land are offered as a sacrifice in the Yajna. Indra, Varun, Agni, Surya, Mitra, Ashnidoy, and Soma were the god of that periods. Not only that, significant goddesses are Usha, Saraswati, Aditi, Prithvi, etc. Indra, the god of war and rains, is mainly a Vedic god. Gayatri Mantra was composed for dedication to the Surya god Savitri. But in the later Vedic age, Rudra and Vishnu came into prominence as god. The prevalence of the sacrifices and rituals also had multiplied. A large number of animals were sacrificed. Animals, gold, and land were offered as a donation in yajnas. As a result of this religious ritual, the priestly class or Brahmins were becoming the powerful. Vedic religion was gradually transformed into Brahmanical religion. In Upanishad, however, one comes across the concept of the formless or single or one God. And after Vedic civilization, some ritual activities were changed. And for your information, we will read the some religious practices in our 6th century BC, that was Jainism and Buddhism. Actual Jainism and Buddhism was originated to protest the Brahmanical activities of Vedic period. Okay, that's all. Vedic literature gives us an idea about the education system of that period. Guru or teacher was the main pillar of the education system, and education was imparted orally. The students, having listened attentively, would recite it and memorize. Special emphasis was placed on exact pronunciation. Archaeologists have not found any traces of any script of that period. And the teachers, they had to perform lot of duties along with studies there, and students received education from the guru by residing in his house. The teacher looked after the food and accommodation of the students. To discuss this education system, I would like to tell you a story which is in your textbook in the page number 58. The heading of the story is The Tale of Aruni. You know, the great stage, as you have described, that the students was living in the house of Guru, and they have performed a lot of duties. The Aruni was the one of the famous students in the age of Vedic period. The Upamanyu and Aruni, to test their devotion towards Guru, Ayodhya wished to delegate various difficult tasks to his disciples. One day he asked Aruni to build a dam to prevent the water from going out of the field. Aruni tried to construct the dam, but it became difficult as the water from the field usually went out through that particular channel. But he felt duty bound to prevent the water from going out. Helpless, Aruni lay himself down and with his body tried to block the water. Being concerned at Aruni's delay in returning, Ayodharma went out to the field to search for him, and hearing his call, Aruni arose from the field. Ayodharma, one learning everything from Aruni, was very impressed at his devotion towards the teacher. Henceforth, Aruni was named by Guru as Uddalak. Later, Uddalak himself became a famous teacher. That is the story of Aruni. Actually, in Sanskrit, we may recite that Chattanang Adhyanang Tapo. That means those who are students, reading is their only duties, and obey the teachers. At the time of living at teacher's house, they performed all difficult tasks to improve their devotion to the Guru. Okay, That story tells us a moral practices for devotion or obligation of a student towards his guru.